He is no longer the only. In him we are now sons. We are the sons of God. Say it to yourself, say, I am the son of God. And sonship is not gender, sonship is inheritance. Did you hear that? Sonship in God's kingdom is not gender, it is inheritance. Your ability to take what God has done in Christ is what they call sonship. Take it. Let's go to Genesis 27 so that we wrap it up. I want to show you something this week. Genesis 27. There are many scriptures there, but maybe we'll continue next week. I want to show you Genesis 27, the identity issue. So when you read the Bible, you must understand that beyond the story that you are reading, the text is actually richer than that. God in the Old Testament was using imperfect actors to act out the story of redemption. Are you following? For instance, when you see God saying, take your son Isaac and go to the mountain and sacrifice him, he was not going to eat the flesh of Isaac. There was nothing he wanted to do with it. What he was doing there was that he was acting out a script from heaven. But you see, heaven's language is so rich that human beings cannot accurately interpret it. So when Abraham got to the mountain and put his son there and he wanted to kill him, then the angel said, don't put your hand upon the lad. And then there was an animal that was caught in the bush, right? In the same way that the crown of thorns was placed on the head of Jesus, that was how that ram was caught in the head by thorns of bushes. Are you seeing what I'm saying? God now said to Abraham, don't kill your child, because if you kill Isaac, the sacrifice of Isaac can never please the heart of God completely. You cannot give a man to God. You can only give God to God for it to be accepted. You don't get it. See, working with a spirit is a high thing. That's why those who serve the devil, he always collects the best things from them, the things that matter to them. Spirits are jealous, spirits are possessive. Well, see, because they operate in a different realm. It's just like somebody is in Nigeria, you are in Canada. The amount of naira that person in Nigeria needs to send to you to make up to your Canadian equivalent is, you know what I'm talking about. If somebody wants to send you you know what I'm talking about. If somebody wants to send you $10,000 from Nigeria today, he's going to send you millions. You are collecting it in thousands, but in his mind, he has spent a lot of money. But when you send the thing, the converter is like, nonsense. This is all you send. But for him, he sent a lot. That's why God cannot take your human righteousness to please himself. The conversion rate of what you are sending from earth to heaven, by the time the central bank of heaven converts it, it is nonsense. So that's what I was talking about. All your righteousness is as you get the point now. Get it. Listen, when we first came and we converted our naira to dollar, every time we did it, we felt that because the value is, and it was still good then. That I'm talking of 200 naira to $1. So imagine somebody now converting that thing. You convert it, you feel bad. That's the way heaven feels. Every time they convert your righteousness and they put it on the scale of heaven, thou hast found one thing. Never enough. It will never be enough. You got to accept the heavenly gift of grace. That's what they can present in heaven. In Genesis 27, what we saw was the case of two brothers, Isaac and Jacob. The father said, I want you to read this story when you get home, but I'm just going to run through it and tell you the identity crisis. The father said to his oldest son Esau, I want to bless you. Go to the field, right? Go and walk, hustle, and get me an animal. Cook it, make it sweet, and bring it to me, so that my heart will bless you. Hey, the guy is like, man, this is an opportunity for the blessing, right? Meanwhile, he sold his birthright. This is an opportunity for the blessing. He took off, got his arrow and cutlass, and dashed to the bush. He was running kitty, running kata. He didn't know that it is not by power, nor by might, but by my spirit, hear the Lord. It is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Somebody shout, mercy! If God does not show you mercy, your machine is a waste. If God does not show you mercy, your money is a waste.
There is a major crisis in the world today. It is a crisis of identity. Join the teaching ministry of Pastor Tobi Adelusi at Emergence International Church in Hamilton, Ontario, as we resolve this crisis of identity by looking into the perfect law of liberty. You will be blessed. See you.